Right. So talking about the types of organization, we have basically three types: pure brick organizations, brick and click organizations, and pure click organizations. Okay. So if you talk about pure brick, we are talking about shops or organizations which exist physically, and they don't have any online uh, means of doing business. Okay, so they do business only physically. Okay, so these type of organizations will be called pure brick organization. Pure brick in the sense a physical organization which has been built with bricks. Okay, so pure brick organization is one that does all its business by selling physical products to customers face to face. This is a traditional method of doing business. People who run pure brick organizations, pure brick type of organizations, usually maintain physical location for their business. They are also known as brick and mortar organizations. So brick and mortar is another name that we give for pure brick organization, right? Then brick and click. Now these are having physical organizations or physical workspace is also there. Plus, they do have online businesses as well. Can you give me some examples? Can you give me some examples? Physical is also there, online is also there. Nowadays, these supermarkets are also functioning physical and online, both. Right? If you see pure brick organizations, if you take an example, it would be the local groceries you might have. From small grocery shops. Those are all pure brick. You know, this Maluka Day, Manning Market, these are all pure brick ones. Okay, brick and click ones. We can talk about Amazon. They are brick and click. They have their we can place orders in either online, or you can go to their supermarket if you are in that country. Yes, you can go there and physically purchase stuff there, right? So those are brick and click. Nowadays, because of this pandemic, most of the organizations have adapted themselves to become brick and click, right? So says its business model used by merchants to operate both an online store and a physical retail outlet. In other terms, the retailer gives their customers both an online and offline channel to do their shopping. If we look at the current trends, it's justifiable to say that the e-commerce industry is a tremendous gaining traction. And on the other hand, it has been a must priority for other retailers to have a physical premises. This explains why most retailers take steps to sync the two together. So sometimes you are a person who is going to get stuff from other countries. Okay, if you are importing stuff from other country and you are selling them, of course you should have a physical store. The reason is when somebody gives you when somebody uh, orders or comes and asks for something, you can't go to another country and bring it and give it to them. You don't have time for that, and the customer will not wait for you, right? So in that case, you will have to import them prior no, beforehand and keep them in your store, and there should be a place to store them. That is the physical shop, retail shop. So if you are not having customers, you are not having customers coming to your area. Let's say you are having a fancy shop, You're going to have a fancy shop uh, in the middle of Colombo means you can expect people to come and buy. It's very close by for those people. So those are the people who they target. Their target is the people living in this what do you call? What do you call that? That's a nice word for that, right?
What's that?
Opposite of rural. What is the opposite of rural? See, urban, urban area. Okay, so those are the areas we target. But if my shop is not in a urban area, it's in a rural area, but my target is uh, this urban countries, so I can do online shopping. There will be one or two customers who will be coming to my physical shop, but most of my business will be online. So they will be running both online and retail uh, organizations. Okay, so those will be click and click. Then we have the PO click. These are only using uh, online system. They don't have a shop. Examples can be eBay. eBay can be a very good example. Uh, Daras, Daras, do they have a shop? But they do only
No,
online,
sir.
right?
I think, yeah, only warehouse they have.
Only warehouse. So they are also PO click, right? So PO click companies are ones that conduct their business operations only online and do not do business offline. These companies have launched themselves only on internet without any previous existence as a firm. The advantage of these type of organization is that less staff are required, no building required or rented. Okay, so if you see the advantage of pure click is that you don't have now even at home like this. If I have a computer and internet connection, I can do a pure click business, right? I don't have to. I just have to advertise through social media. Maybe I can boost my advertisements or through WhatsApp, Viber. I can advertise, and if it reaches the targeted people, then I will have business, right? So I can do business at home or anywhere where I can get an internet connection, and even through a mobile phone I can do my business. I just need to upload photos, right? So that I can do with a mobile phone. So what I would do is I would do all my business through online systems. Then I will not have to have many staff because I will not have that much work. If I'm doing an online business, most of my accounting stuff and my income and everything will be uh, automated. When I get money from different customers, my database will be updated and my uh, bank account details I can do it online as well. All right. Okay. One second. Give me 1 second. Okay. So again, and we don't have to have a building, which means I don't have to pay any rent. Those are the advantages of pure click. Do we have advantages of pure brick? Sorry, brick and click. Do we have advantages in that?
Sir, this Odell and all, they have showroom and online, right?
Ah, yes. So I'm asking what advantage do they have?
I-
They have a wide range of customers, right? The people who are physically coming into their retail shop, as well as what the people who are accessing online. So the customer range is more. They have more recognition. More people know them, right? So if when you compare to a pure click, sorry, pure brick one here, this brick and click, and yeah, brick and click will have a more advantage of getting more fame, because uh, pure brick is going to be existing in one place and only people in that area will know them, whereas brick and click will know all the others. I mean, those who are doing online may not be in that area, maybe in some other area, right? So their publicity is more. All right. So those are types of organizations. You can just say types of organization and say pure brick, brick and click, and pure click. Okay, just write that down. Then we go to business functions and the role of ICT. So in your syllabus, if you see, they have this business function and the role of ICT. That means in different fields of business, how ICT is going to help them. Okay, so we will talk about them one by one. ICT includes all digital technology and assists individual business and organizations in using information. It covers all electronic products that deals with information and digital form, information in a digital form. Therefore, ICT is concerned with digital data storage, retrieval, and transmission. ICT makes a business more efficient, effective, and promptly respond to customers' needs. ICT can assist business activities including design, manufacturing, research and development. R&D means research and development, distribution and sales, and feedback. Sales and feedback. And sales and feedback. Okay. Sales and feedback. So, if you see in the field of business, in business, there can be so many things that is related to IT nowadays. Okay. So if you want to advertise your business, you need ICT. If you want to design a brochure or maybe a leaflet, you need ICT. If you want to print them, ICT. ICT is not only with computers, right? Any electronic machinery, digital form, it's ICT. So if you want to do banking with, business and banking, if you see, you need ICT. Okay, so in all aspects, if you see, you need ICT in some or other way. Some or other, you are going to involve in dealing with ICT when you are doing a business. You can't just do a business by not using ICT in any way these days. Earlier, of course, uh, business were done without ICT, but now to reach people to uh, for people to get to know what is happening and all those things, we need ICT. ICT is very essential in any field. So if you see in the field of accounting, ICT has been a major factor of efficient accounting systems and great organizational performance recently. ICT has been used to augment and the reliability of accounting information and organizational performance. accounting systems include the computer hardware and software fundamentals in recording accounting information. Organizational performance in the study was related to ability, finances, ability to meet set goals and actions. However, to maximize the benefits of information technology system, the appropriate implementation and adoption procedures have to be used. Have to be used, or else there is little or no impact of these technologies to the earlier mentioned variables. Okay, so if you see in the field of accounting, those who are doing accounts, tell me, what do you do as an accountant? If you become an accountant, what is your role in that organization? I can't hear you properly.
Preparing pay sheet.
Preparing pay sheet, that is one of your jobs. What are others?
Financial statement.
Financial statements.
And recording the transactions.
Somebody is trying to say something, but it's not coming out properly. Nabil, is it you?
Maybe transactions.
Odds are not me.
Okay, transactions. So many things, right? So when you are learning accounting, when you are doing this subject, accounting subject, you all are doing everything manually. Advanced level, it's paper-based or book-based syllabus we are having. We don't have a software to use in accounting, but when you go to an organization, do you think this manual system will be used there? They don't use manual accounting. They don't have time for that, because we take a lot of time, and we are humans, and human errors are inevitable, right? So what we do is we put all these things that we require, the data. When we input all the required data, the balance sheet, pay sheet, everything will get automatically generated. So as an accountant, if you want to deal with the bank, what details should be provided? What are the values of balance sheet? What transaction values, and how things are balanced? And the most important part is balancing the balance sheet, right, in accounting. So I did accounting in O levels, but O level accounting was very simple when you compare to A levels. But if you see, do you all know the software that they use in most organizations for accounting purposes?
Myob.
Myob.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I came across something called Tally.
I mean, there are many. Sir.
There are many, right? So Tally is there. What you said, Myob. Myob is there. There may be so many accounting this ones. Now, mostly people use Excel, right? Excel. I have seen people using Excel for their accounting. Does our school use Excel? Or do they have a software to update your payment and all? Do they have a software, or is it Excel that they're using? Have you seen the interface what the cashier is using?
I think they like manually enter it. So,
My God.
yeah. I once saw, but it doesn't look like a software.
Okay. So should be Excel or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Sir, where are we talking about?
School. Our school.
No, sir. Sir, they have, sir.
They have a software, right?
Yeah, yeah. So if not, how they'll find the areas and stuff.
Yes, areas and stuff you can do it manually also, but
And also that printed sheet they'll give us, it's automated only, sir.
automated, right?
Yeah.
So it should be a software then.
Sir, it's impossible, sir. How many students, how many areas?
Yeah, this time also I did not, even though I corrected it, but I did not, only two children I handed over the ICT paper to because of the areas. Right? So that is that.
So only 2 had paid in full.
Yes,
Wow.
all the others areas. So that is how it goes. We will not talk about that. So we shall talk about the accounting, how hard accountants job would be if it wasn't for the software, right? If you see earlier days when you want to prepare a salary, that salary comes in the next topic, that is human resource. So much they start preparing on the 17th or 15th or 17th of the month. Okay, and all details will be collected. They pay you. They pay the employees on the 30th of the month. Okay, the payment is given like this from 17th to 17th. So previous month 17th to this month 17th, they will calculate. Okay, they will calculate the stuff, the leaves that you have taken. On the 17th, they will start calculating. So they will take details. They will give you your salary based on the leaves that you have taken, the overtime that you have done during that period. So you're not going to get the salary on the 30th from 1st to the 30th. That is because they do it manually in most organizations. Okay. So though you are getting the salary on the 30th, it is calculated from the 17th of the previous month to 17th of this month. So which is a disadvantage because the organization takes a lot of time. The accountant or the HR are going to spend a lot of time, I mean, most of their time preparing salaries. So during that period of 17th to 30th, he is busy preparing salaries. So let's say you are having 1,000 employees. Problem, right? Preparing salaries manually means it's a huge job. But nowadays, from the 1st to the 30th, everything, all the details are collected. Uh, all details are collected in the sense using this fingerprint machine when you log in, when you log out. So it's the responsibility of the employee, right? If he doesn't log in the morning, it means he's on leave. Okay, things are automatically calculated, right? So they just have to input the basic salary and your allowance, and the rest of it will be calculated automatically. So for people who are doing accounting, you all know how salaries are or pay slips are calculated, net salary and stuff like that. Okay, I still don't understand it. Anyway, I just know what I get at the end of the month. That's all. So these are jobs of the human resource. So human resource management IT tools have important organizational implications. They provide better service for line managers. They serve as a pipeline that links personal policies and personal processes across the enterprise. They facilitate human resource management with the enterprise. They provide critical data for strategic personal decisions. They enable rapid capture and analysis of information for HR professionals. They reduce labor costs in conducting personal activities. Right? Labor cost. What are they? What do you mean by labor cost? For whom should you give labor? You know, the previous organizations, I told you they do manual thing from 17th to the 30th. They calculate the salary, do everything. On the 30th, what they do is they withdraw money from the bank, right? This salaries were deposited to the bank. Okay, they withdraw money from their account, count them, and they give a list. This is a burden for the bank also. They give a list of teachers and their salaries with their account numbers to the bank. So what happens? There should be a person to go to the bank and hand over this money. They give cash or maybe checks, I guess. Yeah, they give check. They give a check, and with the check, a person will be hired to go to the bank and give that check. And when they receive the check, the bank employees, they have to manually deposit the correct amount for different account numbers. Now, once what happened means another teacher's salary was credited to my account. My salary also came. Another teacher's salary also came. So he was looking at her name and typing my account number. Okay. So it was reversed actually. In 5-10 minutes, it was they realized it and they reversed it. But mistakes like this can happen, right? Things like this can happen. So it's a risk when you're doing stuff manually. Human errors, especially if you are dealing with thousands and thousands of transactions in one day, then on the 30th, all the teachers' salary should be credited as well. So that person in the bank is also suffering because of this manual system. There are organizations, even in UK, which still do paper-based accounting, paper-based HR management. Everything is paper-based. They don't use ICT. They only use ICT to send emails. Right? There are companies in UK. Right? Even in UK they have. So I should not.
So like what, sir? What are the companies?
There
Are they
was
living in 90s?
my sister. She was an accountant there, and she resigned because of this hell of a lot of work. Okay, it's a tile organization, tile company.
Why do they do that, sir? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the CEO was an old person. He was into these traditional methods and new things won't work. Maybe some software did not work for him. Okay, so he lost confidence he lost his trust on software. So maybe that is the reason he doesn't want to get a software for his organization. Maybe he cannot afford the money to pay for a software. So if you see the software which are made for organizations, they are pretty costly, right? So if I am making a software, if I am an organization, if I am making a software, I have to pay salaries for my developers. For my designers, I have to pay salaries. For about a month or two, they'll be working on this project. So for that month, I have to pay them. Okay. So software engineers, we don't pay small amounts. The basic starts with 40,000 or 50,000. Okay. So when you become a senior software engineer, even more, every promotion they have to get a higher pay. Okay, so designers, analyst is paid in lakhs, right? So all this cost has to be covered from that project. So person who is doing the project will have to pay a lot of money, okay, a lot of money to get his project done for an organization. Okay, so if I want to get a software for my organization, I need to invest a lot of money. Okay, it's an investment because with ICT, with the software, it can be more productive. I can produce more, right? So my number of products may increase, which will then again give me more sales. So if you see in the field of production, the information and communication technology as well play a vital role in the manufacturing industry. Computers, competitiveness, and process the jobs in the world over. Now, if you see in the manufacturing industry, earlier when the Rolls Royce was made, Rolls Royce they still make it. It's still, I think, it is handmade, right? Am I correct?
Yes, it's handmade.
Rolls Royce is handmade. Uh, so if you see their production would be very slow. So for a month, maybe 2 cars, 3 cars, okay, with experienced workers. But Toyota, how many cars would they produce in a month? How much would that be? Maybe 1,000, 2,000 cars? More than that, right? I have seen this production, this manufacturing. It comes a long line comes for one day. More than 1,000, 2,000 cars are produced in a day, so which means they are having more sales. But Rolls Royce is costly, but still, uh,
Per month, they are like 127,000 cars.
127,000 cars. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So that's a big amount, right? So imagine 127,000 Toyota Fit. How much does a Fit cost? 85, 105 or something, 100 or lakhs, right? The normal Land Cruiser is now 185 lakhs. So if you see the cost, the income that they are gaining from each is huge, right? They're selling their stuff. That is why they are producing that much. So because they are producing so much only, they are getting more income. From each car, they are getting a huge income, right? So because of their production is more. And in ICT, you can rely on these machines because not unlike humans, like I said in the earlier part also, they can make mistakes. You forget a nut in a place, the whole thing goes down. In a very important place, if you forget to put the or lock for the nut or whatever, there's a huge risk, right? So, but machines don't forget. They have everything in place. So these are, uh, give me one second. So when you have more production, it means you're going to have more income, right? And you can rely on the quality as well. Now, when if you are producing something, or let's say your target income is just for the reference for a small scale business. If I say you think, okay, for a month I should earn 1 lakh. For a month I should earn 1 lakh. All right. So that is my target. So if my production is slow, if I am producing only 1,000 items in 1 month, if I can produce only 1,000 items in 1 month, if I want to produce 1 lakh, one item I have to sell for 10,000 rupees. Is it? 1,000 items. 1,000. 1 lakh divided by 1,000. How much should I sell one item for? 100. 100, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 100. 100 rupees. If I sell one item for 100 rupees, 1,000 items will give me $1,100.
100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. Yes. So my cost is high. If my income target is 1 lakh and I'm producing 10,000 items, 10,000 pieces of my product in 1 month, how much do I have to sell this set? 10 rupees. I can sell the product for 10 rupees and get the same income, right? So when my production is high, my cost also can reduce, which will benefit my customers. I will get more customers if my product is of good quality. It's made with machine. It's of good quality. Plus, I'm giving it for a lower rate. So if that is the case, my business will be, my target is achieved, right? 100,000. So even if I increase 1 or 2 rupees, 10 rupees or 12 rupees, I will get 120,000. A huge profit will be there. Okay. So profit which is more than expected can be achieved if my uh, production is more and if my production is of good quality. And when you are manufacturing, usually we use machines to manufacture, right? We use machines to manufacture, which in the other hand is going to give me good a good finish to my project, right? So all my products will have a good finish. Okay. They say though its capacity to integrate and blend a number of knowledge intensive technology, ICT can enable traditional manufacturer base to be competitive in the global environment. Innovative use of ICT can result in new sales channels, new product capabilities, and product differentiation. Now, there are ways of analyzing this product. Nowadays, there are AI they will be using to measure how much uh, competition you can give in the market with similar products. Okay, and how much profit can be assured for this month when you're using these products. Okay, so all these things can be measured with machines, right? So ICT can also reduce cost, increase productivity, and improve the base for strategic decision making and risk management. So risk management is there. If you know that this will not make the sales, you are not going to produce more. You're going to produce only less and see. Okay, like that, a lot of things are there. Then marketing and sales in ICT. Of course, marketing is totally based on ICT these days. We talk about everything. Everything is marketing. TV advertisements, radio advertisements, even paper ads is marketing, right? And how you market yourself, how you market your product. If you are going to market it in a creative way, creativity, of course, is based on humans. Okay, we can be more creative even without ICT. If you have a good knowledge in, or if you are a very creative person, you can still market your product, right? But most people prefer using ICT because they can reach a huge number of people. Uh, Plus, it's easily done. Marketing is easily done. Okay, when you have to uh, talk about small things like aligning them to the center and these things, so everything is easily done. In one click, you can do it, right? So it helps the companies in identifying the opportunities and implementing marketing communications via multiple media. ICT is a marketing provides companies with easy access to vast global information resources and facilities valuable competitive knowledge and consumer information that simplifies the decision process. Now, if you see, if you want to market a certain thing, let's say you are producing um, soap. Your company is producing soap. Tell me, who is your target customers? Definitely beggars.
What type of soap?
What type of soap? Ayurvedic?
People who are more into natural and cultural.
People who prefer natural. Okay. You can't
And
hear
who are
that somebody is trying to hear it like nothing. Can you write it down and send it to me in the chat? What is your target customers? Who are your target customers? Just write down in the chat and send it to me. People who are more obsessed with nature, people who are more health conscious. Okay. How do you find these people? You're not going to go to each and every house in the country and say, this is who are you health conscious? You're not going to see like that, right? There should be ways of, yes, we are going to take surveys. We are going to take surveys. Now, it's like this. When you want to find a similar type of people, nowadays, what you do is you see, you find their email addresses. This is what happens these days. You find their email addresses and you kind of like see, now you can create your YouTube channel, YouTube channel using your email address, right? You can create pages in Facebook, right? You can be members of different chat groups, right? So if you are a member of a chat group, in a chat group, of course, they have a special, they have a common interest in a chat group. Maybe science related people will be in one group, health related people will be in another group, bodybuilding people will be in another group. Okay. So they find with your email ID, they find everything about you. They find everything will be analyzed automatically, right? They're not going to see one by one in the country. They are going to see as a whole. They just put these email addresses into the machine and everything will be generated, and the target people, the majority of the people living in which area will be given to you. Now all this analyzing is done by machine, just with an internet connection. All this analyzing will be done by the machine, and within seconds, after you give all these email addresses, within seconds, they will tell you in which area do you find majority of people who are health conscious. And you go and market it in that area. That easy. Okay, it is going to be that easy. So marketing nowadays is totally based on internet. So we don't go doing surveys, giving papers, ask them to write down and read them, sit and read them. Okay. Data analysts. Data analysts are the people who does these things. What I told you, this analyzing part. Okay, these are the people who are doing this analyzing part. So nowadays, we don't encourage that much because they are doing it using software, right? They have something called decision support system, right? They analyze the data. Whatever the data they get, they uh, read through it. They find out more about these people. Now, data analyst usually, when information is obtained, by different sources, this data analyst is going to validate them and see if they are correct. Okay, so he has a major job as well, right? So he's going to see if these data are correct, what he have obtained is correct, and uh, are these coming from reliable sources. All these things will be analyzed. So those are done by data analysts, and they are the ones who are working with this software that I'm talking about, right? So ICT in marketing provides companies with easy access to vast global information resources and facilitates valuable competitive knowledge and consumer information that simplifies the decision process. Some of the ICT-powered marketing channels are social media marketing, search engine marketing, content marketing, affiliate marketing, email marketing, and SMS marketing. So SMS marketing is happening these days very uh, widely spread. SMS marketing is happening because of the pandemic, and email, people don't read emails now, right? Uh, some people who have to read their emails, business emails, they do read, but personal emails, I don't think people read. I don't read that. I don't read that much into emails, but SMS marketing, I think, is more effective than email marketing because SMS, then and there you get the notification, just read it, and okay, this is this. People is giving sales in this weekend, or Kiehl's is giving low price in this weekend for these products. So those products I will buy from this Kiehl's. The products that they are selling in Apico, I will buy in Apico. Wherever the discount is found, then I am going to go into a budget, right? So because they are marketing it to us. How did they get our numbers? From our loyalty card. We gave our numbers to them, and they contact us through those databases. Okay. So and target marketing. We talked about target marketing when we talk about these loyalty cards. Of course, we talk about target marketing. How do we market our products through loyalty cards? How do we do that? Every time you uh, generate a bill in a supermarket, they will do these data analysts. What they do is they will analyze all the bills for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months. They will analyze the bills. Okay, and I must have told you this target marketing. A shop in UK, a supermarket in UK, changed their shelves. Did I tell you about this? Okay. Now they had baby diapers. Baby diapers uh, in one area in the baby section. They had the baby diapers. Okay, and the beer section, was somewhere else. The data analysts, they realized that people who bought beer, also bought baby diapers. People who bought beer also, it's totally uh, not connecting in any way, right? They bought beer and baby diapers. So those customers are pretty regular as well. Now they come to buy beer means almost 3 to 4 days a week they go and buy beer, right? So they thought of moving this baby diaper only next to the beer counter. Okay, next to the beer counter, they place this baby diaper. So even if they forget to buy, they get reminded of this when they see the baby diapers there. They don't forget the beer. I'm talking about the baby diaper, right? So the sales increased by 80% of baby diapers. So these are all marketing strategies. So this analyzing these data is done by loyalty cards. Every time your loyalty card is punched when you bill your uh, when you take your bill, that means your number and number is your customer ID, right? The number and the bill details will be recorded and later analyzed. We call this big data. We talked about this big data as well, right? The big data is analyzed and then they market to the target people. Sometimes this SMS marketing will be given to only this SMS will be sent to only specific people according to what they have bought in the previous what they have bought during the shopping time in the previous days. Okay, so that is how marketing is happening nowadays. Everything is digital. So ICT is playing a very major role there. Then we have supply chain marketing management and ICT. I have not written the note yet. Okay, I will just talk about it. Supply chain management. What do you mean by supply chain management? Commerce boys, can you just give me a brief on that? Supply chain management.
So they like communicate with the supplier and the company like to distribute their products and stuff.
Until it reaches the customer.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the place where it is supplied and until it reaches the customer as a chain. Okay. So you talk to the supplier and where does that product go there and who is the retailer and who is selling wholesale, then retailer, and then the customer. This is the supply chain. So managing this, which is going to be more profitable for the organization, which is going to be more profitable for the wholesale business, who are going to mutually get benefited. Okay, so many things are there, so many uh, areas you have to see, right? So in supply chain management, the analyzing part plays a major role. Okay, the profit and loss will be calculated. Their quotations, all the quotations that they have received for the organization. Okay, who is going to do the transport, who is going to do the supplying, everything will be analyzed. We will be getting uh, like quotations or letters from different suppliers when we call for a product. Okay, there will be a lot of suppliers who do who do the same product. So when I get all these details, I should analyze and decide with whom should I do my business, and from him where should I send these items, and from there where until it reaches the customer. Okay, this chain. How does this supply chain work? Who are the people who will be involved in this supply chain? Everything is decided using a decision support system. So a decision support system is an automated system which is going to be uh, dealing with uh, your business and the supply chain, right? Then we have business communication. Of course, communication is all done through using ICT nowadays. Even small scale businesses, very small scale businesses are using ICT either through a smartphone. They are going to communicate, they're going to call, they're going to send emails and things like that. Every communication, we don't use letters now, right? We very rarely get letters through business, right? So everything, every communication is going to happen using ICT. So that is playing a huge role. May it be SMS, may it be emails, uh, what do you call a phone call, uh, internet call, everything is communication. Okay, so ICT based communication in business, because these things are happening pretty fast than normal traditional communication methods, right? Everybody are carrying a smartphone, everybody have internet connection anywhere, anytime. They are having internet connection these days. So we can rely on this data being sent and received through these internet connections. So up to now, we haven't had any problems with sending and receiving SMS or WhatsApp messages or Viber messages, right? So it's going good until it gets crowded, until more people start using. We still have the bandwidth to use it. When it becomes when it is not enough, they will increase it. Nothing else to do, right? So shall we write the note on this, starting with business functions and the role of IC. Start writing.
Okay, sir.
write this down. I will try to find a video on how this works. Okay.
What is a payment gateway and how does it work? A payment gateway is a software application that payment service providers use to process payments for online purchases originating on a merchant's website. It acts as an interface between the merchant's website and a payment processing bank known as an acquirer. Generally, a gateway can be used for many types of payment methods, but for the purpose of this video, we will solely focus on online credit card payments. The gateway encrypts sensitive credit card details to ensure that information is passed securely between the customer, the merchant, and the acquiring bank. When a customer purchases a product or service on a website that is connected to a payment gateway, the gateway performs a variety of tasks to process the transaction. Once the customer places their order on the merchant's website, they choose to check out or pay and are then redirected to a payment page to enter their credit card details. If the merchant is fully compliant with the necessary security standards, the payment page can be generated on the merchant's servers and the card information collected and passed on to the payment application in a secure way. The payment page can also be generated by the payment gateway application itself, and information can be collected there. Either way, the card and transaction details are gathered and stored on the secure service of the payment gateway. From there, the payment gateway processes the transaction and sends all information to the issuing bank for approval, via the acquirer and the relevant card scheme. Once the payment has been confirmed by the card schemes, the payment gateway sends the approved transaction back to the merchant's website, and then the merchant informs the customer that the purchase has been successfully completed. Of course, the payment gateway performs a lot of other tasks as well, but when it comes to credit card payments, these are the main steps to processing a transaction. Can you believe that this entire process only takes around 3 seconds? It took us about 10 times the amount of time to explain it to you. Payment gateways add a whole load of value throughout this process. Here are some of the key features. A payment gateway is the most common way for a merchant to connect to the payment system. Only the largest merchants are able to connect to an acquiring bank directly. Gateway transaction fees are very small compared to the advantages they offer in helping a merchant connect to an acquirer, manage their business, and control the risks associated with accepting online payments. A good payment gateway will provide the merchant with many customizable reporting options, which help the merchant to manage their business. A good payment gateway will be connected and able to process many different payment methods that may not yet be offered by the merchant. Emergent Pay has its own highly secure PCI DSS Level 1 compliant gateway. Check out our website to learn more.
So I hope that gave an idea of what payment gateway is.
Sir,
Yeah.
is the acquirer bank and the issuing bank same?
Acquirer bank and the issuing.
Issuing bank.
No, they're not the same. So the acquiring bank is dealing with the credit card details. Now, usually here it's the central bank. Okay, the central bank will be having all the details of all the banks that is there in the country, right?
Yes, sir.
So from there only the Visa card will be, so the Visa or American Express or whatever, it will be confirmed whether your card is a legible card. And after that only it is sent to the correct bank where your account is. And then checks the account if you are having enough money, and then it comes back to this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So after this, you will have to draw a small diagram. I will try to get the most simplest one as possible. Okay. Okay. Try to draw this part.